Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So, question of the night. Would you want Adam Huss to be the new Nikolas? Now, I don't know. I, got- I, I haven't actually had a minute to slow down to sit there and try to look for that article when I did my last video talking about Tyler coming back as Nicholas, because I do remember seeing it on Soaps and Daps online. But today they said the role of Nicholas will now be played by so and so, right? Now, is if it would have been temporary, they would have said temporary, all right? Was good to have him, and thank you for joining. CW, thank you for joining. Mel, thank you for joining. Black Mon is in the chat. Was good, Solomon? Adam Huss, and that is going to be the poll question of the night. One of the poll questions. I'm gonna start having some of this stuff like pre-planned. Like I'm gonna start doing that soon. Seriously. If I didn't say hi to you yet, I will. I'm just writing down this poll. Yeah, because I am not gonna sit there and try to butcher. Seriously. Jonathan's in the chat. Was good. Of course. I expect no less now. He took over not real temporary last year. Didn't? Yeah, he did. He did. CW. He did. Was good, Jonathan. Anna's in the chat. Was good. Solomon, Blackmon. Um, Now 37 degrees. Yeah, that's cold. It is cold. You know, here's the thing. I mean, granted, that's cold. When it's literally, I'm gonna keep that up for a little bit because I know people are just getting in. Um, when it's like 10 degrees, then it's definitely cold. What's good, Jonathan? How you doing tonight? Mal, definitely said I would. Tyler Christopher. Oh, you would like Tyler Christopher as Nicholas? Yeah, I mean, me too. I'm still trying to look up where I found that last information. Oh, Solomon is just 64 degrees over there. Yes, this 64-degree weather sounds like some real good weather. Real good weather. Johnson says, well, it didn't take long for Xander to move on from Sarah. Yeah, it didn't. I'm not going to lie, Jonathan. That whole scene was just so drawn out. I'm sitting there watching this. I'm like, will you just sign those papers and just be done with her at this point? Don't get me wrong. I completely understand where Sarah's coming from. There was a point where Xander was like, you knew exactly what you were getting into when you decided to be with me. And I'm not gonna lie, I did laugh. I wish I would have had time to sit there and do a review on it. In case you really had my hopes up. You mean with Tyler? With Tyler Christopher? Or which hopes up did I mess that up? And I apologize for that, Nikisha. CW says I think they're going to write the character out, and Adam is just there for the character's exit. You might be right. I haven't found it yet. Oh, you idiot. Yeah. Oh, I mean, yeah, that's what I read though. I just haven't. Well, first of all, I am sorry about that, Nikisha, but I did read that in the morning. Um, I just haven't had a chance to really slow down to like actually try to find the information. And Nikisha, I still prefer this guy over Marcus. Hmm. Why do you say that for, Nikisha? Someone said lower your toxins. That's what this fatty told me. Trust me, grease calms me down. Lower your toxins. Are you talking to me, Solomon? Or are you talking to somebody else? Mel says I thought it was funny when Stefan told. Yeah, Mel, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty hilarious. I did enjoy days tonight. I'm sitting there like, yo, bro, you gave up your dad, your job, your place to stay for Xander. Like, really? You gave that all up for Xander. And this dude is still like hooked on Sarah for some odd reason. It was just, oh my goodness, it was so idiotic. Um, Johnson says this Stefan ends up pretending to remember his love for Gabby. Oh yeah, yeah, it'll be pretty, be pretty funny. What's good, Gloria? How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Definitely, since I thought Tyler was coming back as Nikolas. Me too. I mean, I still didn't find the information yet, so it's kind of up in the air at this point. Um, Gloria says, "Are they killing Willow?" No. From what I understand, she's on a contract, so I doubt that she's going anywhere. I doubt that she's going anywhere. I'm not going to try to find it tonight, but I'm going to try to find it at some point, maybe while I'm laying down. Um, I'm going to try to find that article again. I really am. Someone says, my bad. That was just one of my mini quotes. Oh, okay. Nikki said, because Marcus never played it like a cast iron. Cast iron are strong. Marcus played Nicholas like he was a weak, bumbling fool. But see, that's the thing, though, Nikisha. You gotta sit there and look at it this way. Is it really the actor or is it the writing? You know, because let's just sit there and say, for sake of argument, they get Tyler to come back. If the writing doesn't change, he's going to be playing it the exact same way. What would Tyler actually do? Not his mood, not how he would approach the character, the tone. But I mean, what would he do differently? Because you gotta sit there and remember that the actor comes back, they're not gonna sit there and magically just start to write them better. And if they do, then that's you know. Justin says I would like to see Tyler do a scene with Chavez Spencer. Simon says actually the lower your toxins was from one of the Brenda Dixon Welcome to My Home parodies that I was talking about. Oh, okay. I still gotta finish writing that, Solomon. I still gotta finish writing that. Today while I was at work, I was literally trying to finish Y&R, which I actually enjoy. But I'm gonna sit there and finish what reading that email now. Because I did like it so far, Solomon. You are a great storyteller. I will sit there and say that hands down. What's good, Makai? Thank you for joining tonight. Mel says I don't like Leo, but he said to Gwen that you didn't just walk. Yeah, exactly. Mel, Gwen is definitely on some foolishness. Nikki said actors. Nikisha says acting is more than words on the script. Maybe it's hard to understand if you're not a writer or performer. I mean, maybe, but I don't understand what that like. What I don't get, okay, and I'm just trying to figure this out, is that people want Tyler to come back as opposed to Marcus, but the writing isn't going to be different. You know, like the mistakes that Marcus was making as Nicholas is going to be the same mistakes that Tyler is making for Nikolas. You know, they may approach it differently, but at the end of the day, the results are still the same because it's not up to the actor to decide where the story's going. It's up to the writers. But that's just my take. That's just my take. Justin says if Stephen does get his memories back, he'll be more determined to take EG down. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's going to be hell of interesting. Um, Thomas says, "Thanks, Albert. I'll try my best with my creativity." No, you're very good, Solomon. You're very good. I mean, and the thing that's really so cool about this story and just your ability to tell stories, is that you're doing it for fun. You're doing it because this is something that you like to do for fun, and it definitely translates very well on paper. You know, so just keep doing what you're doing, and I will definitely sit there and keep being a fan. What's good, Karen? In case I'm not saying that TC will make the script and story different, I'm just saying the actual acting will be. Okay, okay, all right. Now I understand. Now I understand. Okay, all right. No, I get what you're saying, Nikisha. I do. And maybe I was kind of interpreting it a little bit differently. That's why I was kind of like going back and forth and just asking you. Mostly, I do not like the way someone called Gabby or her name, but she put. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was funny. I thought it was funny. That whole scene was just comedy gold. Karen says, "I agree with you. I only want Tyler back if the writing is changed." Yeah, yeah. That's the thing, though. But I do get what Nikisha is saying though. It does make sense. CW says, "Did you watch me and BJ Sheila comparing herself to Taylor?" I think I got like 6 more minutes to watch. But I didn't like what I saw so far. I don't understand Kate and her getting all mad with Taylor, like, "Oh, I can't believe you shot him." Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, Taylor, will you just sit there and tell her the whole truth this way she can just bring it down from like an 8 to like a 4 at the very least? Yeah, no, CW. I think I got like 6 more minutes. He said it's no different than comparing to reviewers like you and others watch the same show, but your reviews are different because are different people, different actors act differently. No, no, that makes sense. I got you. No, I got what you were saying. You know what it is, Nikki? I think I was just kind of taking a little bit differently. You know, that's why I was kind of asking to clarify it because in my head I'm sitting there. You know how some people, you know, what Tyler's like, oh, Tyler's gonna come in and he's gonna sit there and make it so much better, and it's like, yeah, maybe with the acting, but like, I guess my whole thing is like people act like when Tyler comes back, like the script is gonna magically change. He's not gonna be this bumbling idiot or anything like that. He's not gonna sit there and be all scared under Victor's thumb. The character is gonna be vastly improved. But I do get what you're saying as far as the actor. That makes sense, Nagisha. Johnson says maybe Stefan will get his memories back, and he and Gabby will pretend that he still hates as the version to take down Egypt. That's a very good theory. I feel like that might be possible. Especially if he starts loving Gabby and stuff like that. He wants to sit there and share his throne with the queen. I can see that. Mel says Paulina has no right to go off on Alex about turning Stephanie's phone off because Stephanie's phone off. No, no, no. You're right. And Mel, I'm not gonna lie. In the beginning, I was like, "Boo, you might want to sit there and take that down a notch." But she didn't really go off. When you think about it, Mel, she didn't really go off the way that you thought that she did. Like, for the most part, Alex is like, I'm already kicking myself. Whatever you are going to say, I've been thinking about that for a hot minute. And she did kind of calm down because she realized that she made her own mistakes as well. But I mean, I thought she was going to go in a lot more than she did, which I'm happy she didn't. Karen says, "Is it just me? Didn't Willow's baby Look, oh yeah, of course, Karen. I think there's some sort of rule as far as actually putting babies on screen. Like they have to be, I think, like maybe two, like either 2 years old or like a couple months old. I think that's like an actual rule, though. Yeah, exactly, Jessica. How you doing tonight, Jessica? I think that's like somewhat of an actual rule, though. Like the babies look a lot bigger than they are because they're not going to actually get an actual newborn. So he said Tyler's Nick wasn't the same. He screwed his brother's wife, had Hayden shot, but he still had that Cassadine pride. Nate is in the chat. Marsha is in the chat. What's good? How you doing tonight, Marsha? What's good, Big Nate? Simon says, Albert, how do you feel if Sally was pushed into Colin Summer's orbit and Kyle cheated on Summer with Sally? Uh, as much as I don't like Summer, it would be kind of foul for Sally to do that. You know, just as a hypothetical, yeah, I wouldn't be okay with it. I wouldn't be okay with it. Little Summer has been getting on my goddamn nerves lately. Oh, what's good? Kai Wen? Mel says Stephanie is still blaming Alex. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. No, I feel like Stephanie is just so much trouble. Like she's more trouble than she's worth. I'm like, Alex, you can do better. You can do better. Like you really can do better. Like stop calling her, stop texting her. Like just Valerie's in the chat. What's good, Valerie? I'm doing pretty good, Marsha. I'm doing pretty good tonight. I'm so glad I got through this day. Um, Tuesdays are, for some odd reason, always like the hardest for me. It's always the hardest for me. I don't know why. I think because I try to wake up early enough so I can get everything done, a shower, have time to go to Starbucks before I go to work. Because if I don't go to Starbucks before I go to work, we're gonna have some issues. I have some issues at work. Nate says I wouldn't mind Adam Huss as the new Nikolas. Anything other than uh I feel like one day I'm probably gonna sit there and ask that as a title, as a little title question. Someone says, "Well, Summer entirely her rival, so it would lots of drama would ensue." Yeah, that it definitely you're definitely right about that. Definitely right about that. CW says, "Oh, Sheila's Alpha Blood, Portia." Oh, not Sheila. Stella's Alpha Blood. Portia better watch her back. I found it funny when Curtis was giving Drew advice about Carly. If only he knew. Yeah, yeah, but that was the thing about GH today. There was a lot of fillers. There was some good stuff, but there was a lot of fillers. I wasn't a fan of. What's good, AJ? Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining tonight. How is everything going in your world? It's always great to see you. Nikisha, baby can only be on TV. Yeah, exactly. I felt like that was the case, Nikisha. I knew it was some sort of rule about that. What's good, Ron? Thank you for joining, Ron. Karen's Karen says if Josh doesn't feel the same way she felt. Karen says if Josh doesn't feel that she didn't do anything wrong, why didn't she tell Trina? Exactly. Exactly, Karen. Exactly. AJ says Brina and Black Hospital were serving today. Marsha said the Taylor shoot bill, maybe it was Liam. I mean, from what it sounds like, Marsha sounded like it was Taylor. I mean, I've only been watching it. I haven't really been watching it that long, but that's what it, you know. And also, I didn't finish watching today's episode, but that's what it seems like, Dom. Mel says Sally's telling Chloe that she is worried. Yeah, I know. I watched it today. Yeah, AJ, it is almost cake time. It's almost cake time, baby. Almost cake time. A big, funky 31-year-old woman named begging her daddy to take her to. Wow. Yeah, no, I love Starbucks. Anna's in the chat. What's good, Anna? I'm sorry I didn't actually say hi to you. I love Starbucks. Starbucks is literally my lifeblood in the morning. Um, yeah, Johnson, it was Taylor. And it's. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The Josh fans are literally sitting there doing mental gymnastics to try to defend this girl, and it is just. Ugh. Anna said I expected Josh to tell her version of the truth to Trina. Now, how exactly? Just like she did with Cam. Tell her version of, oh, I'm breaking up too because we're just going apart. I can't believe that. What's good, Dolly? Thank you for joining. Nate said what happened between Alex and Stephanie is none of Pauline's business. It really wasn't. It really wasn't. But it seemed like it was just more of a way to have Paulina kind of talk more about her history for people that didn't know about Lonnie. It was pretty much there for a plot point. Let's be honest. Mel says I'm tired of Chloe. I'm not gonna lie, Mel. I 100% agree with you on that. Don't get me wrong. I know the backstory between Adam and Chloe, and I get it. But it's like every single time she has something nasty to say about Adam. Let's be honest. I'm not even a huge Adam fan. But after a while, even I start to roll my eyes. Like Jessica says, I hate coffee. No, yeah, I'm not a coffee fan. I'm a latte person. I'm a latte person through and through. I'm a latte person. I don't like coffee. It just doesn't work for me, you know. A latte, cinnamon dolce, or hmm, hazel. Cohen says Josh told Trina that she slept with Dex. Yeah, she didn't tell her that. She told her version. AJ says Trina needs a new BFF. Shauna is in the chat. What's good, Shauna? It is great to see you again. Marsha said why I mentioned Liam last week. He mentioned he thought he had. Yeah, I no, I got where you drew that conclusion from. Janet is in the chat. What's good, Janet? Uh, Kai, when I sit there and think about Despicable Me, the only thing I think about is Twinkies. And it says Starbucks, Starbucks. I have a whole card for a reason. Yeah, my treat after work on my way home. Hmm. Trying to have a latte after work is kind of hard to justify that because I'm like, if I wind up staying up late, then I'm going to be very pissed off at myself. But sometimes I kind of do need that boost. AJ say I like temp now permanent Nick. I think he's only temporary from what I understand. Mel said Nick told Adam that Victor's trying to. Yeah, somebody said that I gotta finish watching YNR today. I mean, I watched it, but I want to make sure I watched it. Somebody said that Nick told Adam that Sally's pregnant. Now, when I read it in the comment section on YouTube, that's what it said. Janet, some Mel was snipped this and it was cold also. Was snipped this and it was cold also. Janet saying that Texas was 37 degrees right now or something like that. Shauna says Ava and Spencer getting on my nerves now. Why they getting on your nerves? And Jessica, why do you agree? Very curious. Someone says, would you guys be interested in seeing a Wine on Baby spin-off show? Hmm. Jessica says, I thought Brett's memory was today. With I'm not gonna lie, Jessica. I thought the same thing too. China says, I hope Curtis has that same energy for Portia. Yeah, we will find out together. AJ said, no, Adam Huss isn't temporary anymore. All right, I'm gonna have to sit there and do like some actual research on it, not my version, but like actual research on it. Tracy's in the chat. Tracy says, I go to Starbucks maybe 4 times a year, but it's really good when I go. Frappuccino. Yeah, I do like my. That's another drink I like. French cappuccino. I just love it. But cinnamon dolce latte is my favorite. Mocha is pretty good also. Mocha and hazel are my backup drinks. Ron Ron says, Tracy, only 4 times a year. What do you do mostly? Dunkin' Donuts. Ron says Phoenix said that these people need to stop. It's a TV show. Oh yeah, you're talking about the crazy fans, fanatics. And it says I leave work at different times of the day or night, mostly early in the morning. Okay, well then that makes sense. That definitely makes sense. Okay. Someone says a certain person of Texas. I'm assuming because Houston weather is a lot like the weather over here. AJ said the role of Nicholas Casson will now be played by AJ, and that was the thing. That's what made me think. You're right, AJ. That's what made me think that it was permanent because it said now it's being played, not is temporarily being played. Yeah, I caught that too. Tracy says maybe 2 years ago it snowed in Texas. Really? Man, if I move somewhere, I'm definitely trying to move away from a place that's not going to snow. Does it snow in Vegas? I know it's kind of a dumb question, but still. AJ said they announced it at the beginning of the scene. But yeah, and I remember that. That's what kind of threw me off. Oh no, it will backfire spectacularly. It'll be very great. Anna says vanilla latte or refreshers or refresher. I've actually had vanilla latte. Is that a Starbucks drink? Because I'm always trying to think about new drinks. Karen says I like Spencer and Ava teaming up on Nicholas. Shauna says Tucker did that on purpose. Snitched on Phyllis. Just because I don't really care, anyone can play Nicholas. Yeah, but can they play him well? Because that's kind of a loaded question now. Oh, Marsha does know in parts of Vegas. Okay. I still kind of want to move to Vegas. Karen says, yeah, oh, yeah, you lived in Vegas for many years. Oh, nice. Okay. Tracy says, not really a coffee person, but I love tea. I do love tea as well, Tracy. I used to always have tea in the mornings before I like got up and start my day, like going to work. But now it's like I need that latte. Marshall says it's 20 degrees here in Oklahoma. Sleet and snow on the ground. Oh, Oklahoma. Marshall, have you ever heard of a group called Oklahoma Predator Prevention? I'm only asking that because I know that they operate in Oklahoma. They're called Oklahoma Predator Prevention. AJ said Detective Stella just cracked the case. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting tomorrow. Very, very, very interesting tomorrow. Ron says, so what makes Taylor confessing will do nothing? Because Sheila will go for it. I feel like at this point I need to start just writing some of the stuff that you say down. All my notes. Um, Karen says my mom lives in Vegas and she loves it. Yeah, Vegas does seem like a pretty cool place. I'm sure it's like probably super expensive though, right? Karen? Marsha said also snows parts in my home. Arizona. Okay. Got banned from Tustin. Oh, okay. Very interesting, Marsha. Very interesting. Shauna says Abby needs to stay in her lane. I bet she will feel different if she goes. If she got. Oh, yeah. Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. But we did talk about this, me and DC, as far as that is concerned. Um, like with the whole starting up over again. But no, I do agree with that to some extent. Sure, flower, sandy candy. Flower, sandy candy. What's good? Tracy says, I got a kettle. Oh, you got an electric kettle. Okay. Dolly said it would be cool twist if Taggart already knew Trina wasn't his father the whole time. That would make sense. That would make sense because both of those two can't just be idiots like that. Like, seriously. Mel says I heard that laugh while yeah, I love it, Mel. I loved it. I love it. I love that music that they play. It makes me laugh all the time. Like all the time. But yeah, sure, Flower. What's the question? Janice says Vegas is no more expensive than oh, okay. Well, I guess you know what they say. If you can make it in New York, you can make it anywhere. Um Solomon says one of my aunts moved to Vegas and we haven't heard from her in decades and she didn't even come home for a son of whoa. I want to kind of check up on it. What's good, What's good, Grams TV? Grams TV, that's the person that's playing Nikolas right now. We don't know if he's permanent or if he's temporary. Um, I like him so far, so we'll see. Yeah, Jonathan, I heard about that. I'm gonna be honest, Jonathan. I am not really feeling DC. I don't like the way that James Gunn came in there, decided to fire half of the cast, and we're just like, oh, we're just gonna do a new Superman. Oh, okay. I mean, I kind of like the one that we got right there. No, we're just gonna do Superman, and we're gonna do the Wonder Woman too. I wasn't really feeling that, to be honest. I'm not really feeling James Gunn. Not really feeling Warner Brothers, if we're gonna be honest. Tracy says Vegas is reasonable price wise to live. Okay. Flower says I don't want you to get mad at me, so won't ask you, Albert. Okay. I'm kind of scared of the question that you're going to ask me, Flower. I mean, is it about one of my videos that I did as far as you know, like one of the predator catcher videos that I talked about? Goldie says I don't believe Tiger is dumb enough to get played by Portia for 19 years. I would hope not. What's good, Eagle Fang? Yeah, it was. It was. I don't know if I told you that though, Eagle Fang. I actually finished watching Cobra Kai. I liked it. Okay, Flower. Yeah. Ask. What's the question you want to ask me, Flower Candy? What's the question? I'm very curious. AJ said I think Willow dies. No. Once they show Harmony, I was like, nah, she ain't dead. And plus, she's on contract. I know that Nikisha thinks that that's not exactly a saving grace, but I haven't really seen people get fired or people that I know get fired. That's on contract. Someone says, please don't ask if oppor-" Ah, flower, sandy candy. What's the question? I'm either going to sit there and say yes, no, or well, I'll probably just have a really surprised look on my face. Now the problem is I can't even see if it's okay. You got 34 4 votes so far. Okay. I'm in this poll. Oh, that was the question. That was the question. Sandy Flower. Okay, Sandy Flower says, "Do you think that Rami or I don't know who that is from? Oh, PA are handsome?" That was the question. I mean, Flower, Sandy, Candy. I'm not into men, so I can't really answer that question. No, I can't. Unfortunately, I can't answer that question. That was the question. And I actually thought it was going to be something. I actually got kind of nervous for a minute. I was like, "What's the question?" And then you were just like, "I don't want to ask it because you're going to get mad at me." I'm like, "Okay." Now I'm kind of scared. I was like, "You actually got me kind of nervous." No, 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 no. Yeah, you actually got kind of got me nervous for a minute. I was like, "Oh no, no, I like boobies." So. uh, Wink, wink. Says asking the question was a trap. They knew what they were doing. That's why they were worried about you getting mad. Oh, well, how you doing tonight? Wink, wink. Mm, I don't know about this ice cream anymore. Attracted both of them. Just don't support them. Okay, nothing wrong with that. And like I said, trust me. Flower, Sandy Candy. We gonna have to find you a new nickname. Ice cream is out. Yeah, it's pretty much kind of on its last legs at this point. But no, I mean, I do get it. Flower. I'm gonna call you Flower at this point. I do get it, especially some of their tactics and the way that they go about it. Black Man says I thought it was going to be something else. Something. Yeah, I was wondering. I wasn't sweating bullets, but I was just like, what kind of question is this? I forgot how messy it is. Jessica says Josh can be the most annoying when Spencer is right there. Yeah, and it's pretty much kind of done. This ice cream is pretty much kind of done. Eagle Fang says Josh is really irritating to listen to. Spencer isn't. Oh, here we go. Uh, Solomon says, "Did you hear about the story of Anne Fran?" No. Sandy Flower says, "Albert, would you ever be a predator catcher like them or these channels?" At one point, Flower actually thought about doing it. I did, but then I'm just like, you know what? Legally, the ramifications, the fact that it literally go against TOS policy, it just wouldn't really be worth it. You know, it just wouldn't be worth it in the long run. Which is actually kind of funny because there was a predator catcher out here where I live. Um, at one point, I thought about it. No, but Solomon, I did not hear about Aunt Fran. Aunt Fran. Eagle Fang said, "Just accept responsibility and stop lying to your best friend. That's how you lost Cam and will lose Trina in this pace." Flower says, "Oh, thanks for answering that question." Of course, Flower. I hope it's cool that I call you Flower. Because calling you Flower, saying Candy just seems kind of like a lot. Um, but it's cool. I hope it's cool if I call you Flower. Of course. Thank you for jumping on. I know this isn't really your, thing, but it's actually kind of funny. I was thinking about doing a new video about them. flower. Because a lot of these catchers are getting demonetized, and it's getting. I don't want to sit there and say it's getting interesting, but it's I don't know where a good word to use for it. When it says this hatred against Sheila won't end well for Stephanie because yeah. Daisy Flowers in the chat. Daisy Flowers says I will take Josh over Spencer. Josh is not going to lose Trina. I mean, yeah, she won't lose Trina. Trina won't be happy that she gave her version of what happened as opposed to the actual version. Um, but no, she's not going to lose her. She's not going. You know, it's funny. It's funny, Daisy Flower, because I was thinking about you um, when I started talking about Joss. Because it's Joss is one of those characters that we definitely have to agree to disagree with, like hard body. Um, there's just things that Joss is doing that I just oof. Cloud says, "Call me anything but a troll," which I'm not. Of course, I would never call you a troll. But no, thank you for watching the videos. And I don't think you're a troll. I don't know who would sit there and call you a troll. Like you have an opinion, and that's just the bottom line. That's just how it is. Someone said, anyway, Fran got a piece of roast beef stuck between her teeth and excused herself to go to the ladies' room. Fran had been in there forever, and her sister decided to play a prank on her. Okay. Jason Flo says Courage and Drew can't when he didn't the same thing for Nina. Someone says Fran's sister, but the tail of her catfish between her teeth opened the door to the ladies' room and yelled, "What the? Is this like a story or something, Solomon?" And it says it doesn't really matter what they do, we defend them like crazy. Uh, yeah, AJ, I love you. We have to agree to disagree with that. But you know what? Here's the thing I will sit there and say. Because AJ brings up an actual good point. AJ brings up a very good point. That these characters can sit there and do some ass backwards ish, and people will sit there and defend them. Like there's no tomorrow. Like I will sit there and drag Josh's little blonde ass through the mud like there's no tomorrow, right? And there's people that will sit there and defend her. They'll defend her BS. They'll defend things that just wouldn't really make a lot of sense. And a lot of times when I'm sitting there reading the comment section, I'm like, because I have to sit there and look, me, DC, James, and maybe Brock TV. As reviewers, we view these shows differently than just from a fan's point of view. You know, like if I'm just watching just to watch it, if I watch something just to watch it, I'm not sitting there looking at the good and the bad. I'm just kind of just enjoying it for what it is. Um, Now Jessica says that was Delana for me. People would defend Damon when he was the worst. He was the worst. I hate saying that, Jessica, because I actually like Damon. Damon was actually one of my favorite characters on the Vampire Diaries. But I mean, the dude sat there and literally killed, Elena's brother. And even the actor was like, and yet they still got married at the end. Um, Gwen is in the chat. What's good, Gwen? Whenever you're here, I appreciate you. So thank you for being here. And how are you doing tonight, Gwen? I always love that they're seeing new people join. Now Jessica says Damon was okay, but I don't get how Elena could be with him after he killed his brother. Exactly, Jessica. Even Ian Somerhalder said the exact same thing. Jessica said, but Klaus was worse than Damon. Yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. You know what the crazy thing is though, Jonathan? Klaus will always be my favorite character. Elijah's second, but Klaus will always be my favorite character. Point blank period. That is my guy. Um, Makes me miss that show so much more. AJ said people are still defending Harmony over Nina. Gwen, welcome to the chat. See, this is why we can sit there and rock together. Is why we can rock together. Now, Gwen, I got a question to ask you though. You ever saw Legacies? And if so, what did you think of it? Cohen said had to stop watching the originals. Yeah, that was that was my show right there. That was like, then Legacies came and then just went. But then the last season happened and it went. Jessica says Klaus was great to me. I think I liked him better than Damon. Now, I mean, okay, now Jessica, do you sit when you sit there and say you liked him better? Do you mean like you liked him as far as like looks, or did you like his character better? Because there's quite a difference. Mel says Sheila needs to quit manipulating. Okay, I guess I won't be able to read that. Um, Anna says back and forth on this channel is why we come here. No, that's very true. Thank you, Anna. I guess my point that I was trying to make in some sort of weird way. Now Gwen said I saw some of it. That was my daughter's show. Oh, okay. Well, that kind of speaks volumes for itself. Don't get me wrong. 1 through 3 was garbage. Season 4 is when it actually got good. His character, okay. So says, come on, we know Harmony put Willow through. Nina being catty or mean to Willow isn't. Yeah, that's very true, Dolly. And I'm not even a Nina fan, and cat ladies in the chat. I think what I was trying to say before I got sidetracked is that I always have to sit there and remember that fans are going to sit there and see it one way. Reviewers are going to sit there and try to see it objectively to some extent, which is why we don't always give people a free pass, regardless if we like them or not. Um, so sometimes when I see people just doing mental gymnastics over characters like Joss and Spencer and Trina and Sunny, it's just like, come on, like Sunny is my favorite character on the show, and I will call him out like there's no tomorrow. Um, Cowan says Nina me like I don't know what that means. Dating flaws with Albert in real life. I know tons of cheaters who have done way worse than Joss. Here we go with the mental gymnastics again. I get what you're saying, JD Flower. I really do. And this is why I'm just saying I have to agree to disagree with you on that. But just because people have done worse than Joss doesn't mean I'm going to let Joss off the hook. Doesn't mean I'm going to let Sunny off the hook either. Doesn't mean I'm going to let Nina off the hook. I'm going to sit there and roast these characters. And, I will agree to disagree with people. But, yeah, like I said, no one is spared the rod. No one. No one is spared the rod. Not Jason, not Sunny, not Carly. No one is. So it's not like, I'm coming at people favorite characters just because I want to be a dick. I just that's just how I roll. Like, I know that sounds very corny, but that's just how I roll though. Shauna says, why someone put his foot down with Nina? Plot. I get, honestly, tell you the truth, it just comes down to plot. We could really sit there and truly analyze that statement right there. But when it comes down to it, plot. Yeah, exactly. Tracy, I'm glad you heard me say that. And I think you know why exactly I said, exactly why I said that. Nikisha says, what gets me mad, Josh, is how quickly she can start crying and playing the victim. Is cringing how some women can do that in real life. I know I'm coming over exaggerating that, but Nikisha, you said it. You said it. Gwen said exactly how I feel. Exactly, that's how I feel. Bad behavior is bad behavior. Exactly. Exactly. I'm like, Josh, you sat there and you said to Cam, I don't owe you anything. And in the same breath, you have the audacity to sit there and ask, oh, could you keep a secret from me? So why does this man owe you anything, but you don't owe him anything? And this dude has been with you since you were kids. Yeah, okay, sure. Someone says, Abba, do you think that Sheila should marry Bill and end up feeding him some nice pie to get some nice pie to get all his money? I wouldn't put it past Sheila. But I mean, Solomon, has Sheila ever actually killed anyone? And this goes for anyone. Has Sheila actually ever killed anyone? And it says you have all crossed over into new hemisphere with me. I'm driving to my next job. Well, be safe. I hope you're safe getting there. And thank you for listening to me, by the way. You know? Yvette is in chat. Yvette says, I wonder how Trina will feel once she knows about Josh and Dex. It's going to be very interesting. Honestly, tell you the truth, I don't think that she's going to be as mad. Like, I feel like Trina is literally ride or die kind of woman. So I don't think that she's going to be too mad. It's true, Nikisha. It's true. It is 100% true. And also, I just feel better. I'm just glad that you said it instead of me. Because, if I said it, then clearly I'm going to get canceled and be sexist and everything else. Um, Dolly says Sonny can't put his foot down with Nina because Nina isn't Harris with her own stuff. The power dynamic isn't the same. Jessica says I still think she owes him anything. She's single. You're right, Jessica. And you know what? He doesn't owe her anything either. That's the thing. He doesn't owe her anything either. But it's not so much about owing anyone anything. One, it comes down to just basic decency. Two, they known each other since they were kids. You know, like there's a level of disrespect that just comes from that alone. You know, but in the same breath, you shouldn't be asking for a favor if you're pretty much ready to sit there and tell somebody to kick rocks. Yvette said, "Yeah, I hate it. They gave Josh that line to Cam." Yeah, I was. I'm not gonna lie. I was actually surprised by that. I was actually surprised by that, and I already have somewhat of a low opinion of her. Thomas says, "I hope you got what I said about the pipe." Oh, I got that. I definitely got that, Solomon. Just like people get when I talk about research. People know exactly what I'm talking about. That's why I always have to sit there and make them different when I'm talking. Shauna says, I'm glad Sheila knows the truth. Hmm. Might have missed that in that 6 minutes that I didn't watch yet. AJ says, I don't think Nina is just mad. because truth. That's very true, AJ. Yeah, I mean, Jessica, fair is fair. You know, fair is fair. Gwen says, I wonder how Trina's going to feel when she finds out her mother lied to her about who. Yeah, oh, she's going to be. Here's the thing. She's going to be mad. Here's the thing. She's going to be mad oh, at Portia. I just hope she doesn't take it out on Curtis because Curtis didn't know. Curtis did not know. Oh yeah, Catley, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Which I've been so damn busy, I haven't even actually had time to do that. Anna says it comes down to just basic respect, especially for someone who's been there. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Krista says, I don't mind Adam for the exit story of Nikolas, but as a long term recast, he's just not right fit. I think he's too old. I love if Nick returned. I do remember seeing him briefly. Hendrix is in the chat. What's good, Hendrix? Oh yeah, Hendrix. Yeah, definitely. He is definitely a hypocrite. Shauna said, didn't Sonny forgive Nina? That's why his family turned against him. That is exactly right, Stacks. Shauna. Someone says Dollar Bill wouldn't know what hit him if Sheila fed him some hot pie, delicious pie. Oh, delicious pie. Valentine's Day is gonna suck for me. Um, or maybe it won't. Maybe I'm just over exaggerating. Ron says Nate is really a cheater because he can't stay committed to anyone, pushing himself up on Victoria. He is a player. Well, I mean, Ron, I don't exactly know his history, so I kind of got to take your word for it. But um, Audra looks bad. Listen, I'm not a fan of cheating. I'm just saying, Audra looks bad. Girl got curves. Just saying. Shauna says Sally knows that Adams. Oh, Shauna knows that Sally knows that that's Adam's baby. She should tell him. She should tell him. I think that's pretty foul. Of course, Victor is just kind of a spiteful dick, to be honest. Um, Someone says maybe my dad could come on. Johnson said Adam Plus is actually younger than. Really, Jonathan? I didn't know that. I did like the guy that. Yeah, I like him too. Krista said I don't really, I really don't think Tyler is good business and insurance liability due to his past issues. You know, on one hand, I agree with you. On the other hand, it's one of those things where it's like, if to be fair, I don't know his history. I don't know how many times they actually forgiven him, or just like, like if he had a history of doing that and they kept bringing him back, that's one thing. But at the same time, I feel like maybe he does deserve a second chance. Tracy said Valentine's Day won't suck. I would like to think that. I would like to think that. Time will tell, Tracy Steve. Time will tell. Hmm. It's good ice cream, but I think this ice cream is starting to become kind of done now. Um, Nikisa, I'm afraid Esme will go into labor soon. Hmm. Trying to set Victor in for a riot. Oh, and for a rude awakening. Krista says, I still don't. think Sheila is. Oh, Stella. Oh, you still think that Sheila Stella is Curtis's mom? Krista says Tyler explained a lot of it on State of Mind. Yeah, I got to finish watching that interview, Krista. I do really like the show. Um, yeah, see, that's my whole thing. Whenever I think about Maurice on State of Mind, I'm just like, yeah, this is pretty much Maurice Bernard's last year on General Hospital. I guarantee you. Johnson said baby switch storylines are grieving. Nikki said, look at Robert Downey Jr. He had all kinds of issues and he became exactly, Nikisha. From what I heard, let's put it this way: Robert has did pretty much everything under the sun and then some. So you are 100% correct, Nikisha. Tracy said Valentine's Day is on a Tuesday this year. Ugh. You know what? Valentine's uh, Valentine's Day, Valentine's Day. I don't remember how it was last year. Jessica says, "What's the ice cream flavor?" Oh, it's my usual favorite, Reese's. But I think this one is kind of done, and I think it's time to get a new one. So I will be getting a new one. Well, I'm gonna get the same one. I when it comes towards food and stuff like that, I'm very boring, and I mean like extremely boring. Like I will eat the same breakfast for like 3 and 4 years in a row. Hendrix says if Esme regains her memory, will the video Ava had to be? Ooh, that's interesting, Hendrix. Yeah, me too. Oh my God, how much did I miss? AJ says my favorite ice cream is strawberry shortcake. I haven't had that one. I don't think I've had that one. AJ said anything straw. Well, that's very true. AJ, I do love strawberry, like strawberry cake. Nikki says, Albert, I have a YouTube question. Do you still get paid if we skip the ads instead of watching the ads? Yeah, I do. Nikki, I do. I still get paid. I'm not gonna lie, Nikisha, it's still just very daunting for me. Like it's still just very surprising. Because I just love doing this. So it's like getting paid is pretty much just a bonus. Jessica says I love cookie and cream. I think I had that last time. It was actually pretty good. It wasn't as good as this, but it was actually pretty good though. Solomon says, Albert, do you like cookies and cream ice cream? I do. I do. I like that as well. AJ says strawberry cake, syrup, ice cream, candy, soda, you name it. I like your style, AJ. I like your style. And it says almond coffee, ice cream. I don't think I've ever had that. Karen says I love coconut pineapple ice cream. Now, Karen, I was with you up into the coconut part, but the pineapple ice cream or anything pineapple, red velvet. Okay, all right, Nikisha. I can't really do velvet. I just feel like it's just a very bitter taste. Like I love blueberries, but like I don't know if I would actually do it because it's very bitter. You know, it's like raspberry or grapefruit. You know. Solomon says I have an aunt on my mom's side who puts ice cream on bread. What the? I mean, listen, to each his own. But I'm like, all right. AJ says I have strawberry cake for my 30th birthday and I was sick as a dog. Oh wow. I'm listen, I am sorry to hear that, AJ. Nothing is worse than actually being sick on your birthday. Okay, well there's a lot of things that's worse, but that's still not good. Mel says I love bubble ice cream. I love bubble gum ice cream. Hmm, very interesting you say that. Oh my bad. Now Solomon says yep, and then put some cheese over it. I don't like to be around her. Solomon's just like, yo, listen, I'm just gonna get out the room while you do whatever it is that you do. I'm just gonna be somewhere else. I like that, Solomon. Going to so far on GH. So far, who on GH has given an Emmy worthy performance? That's a very good question. So far on GH, who has given an Emmy worthy performance? Krista says my favorite as a little girl was a toss between strawberry cheesecake and Jesus and coffee ice cream. Okay. Or French. Ooh, sounds good too. AJ says I was still recovering from the side effects of COVID. Oh, okay. That sucks. That sucks. My God, that sucks. And it says no red velvet. Tracy says I used to drink bubblegum soda back in the day. Very interesting. Nikki says Sasha on GH was yeah, I will sit there and say that, Nikisha. Sasha was killing it. Sasha was killing it. I'm not gonna yeah, exactly. Sasha was killing it. Yvette says Ava is always a winner. That's very true. That it's good. I guess I'll put that on there. That's amazing that this is actually still warm. Karen says I hope Stella tells Curtis about the Trina. I mean, yeah, Karen, I hope so too, but come on, let's be honest. We all know that this wedding is going down in February. So for plot point, that can't happen. Yvette says Bridge Memorial probably be tomorrow. Yeah. Hmm. How does everyone feel about that? Like, the when that happens tomorrow. And it says Briar has a coffee ice cream that tastes like a latte. Oh, now I would get that, but since I eat it at night, it wouldn't be good. Nikisha says bubble gum, and a dish. How many pieces do you wish? Wow, that brings me back. That's very true, Yvette. Of course, she says it. She says she does it out of love. I'm not gonna lie, Yvette. When Stella first came to town, I couldn't stand her. I couldn't stand the air that she breathed. I literally fast forwarded through every scene of hers except when she was with Mike. And I remember when I used to go on Facebook a lot, people would literally roast Stella like there was no tomorrow. And somebody was like, they either need to soften her up or ship her off the show because it got to a point like that whole. Does anyone remember that whole police scene? That whole scene where Stella was really yelling at her, was yelling at Jordan in the police station, and Jordan was pretty much like, you can't really be doing this at my job. And she was like, well, what are you so upset about? You so like, are you going to be upset, about the truth or whatever? Are you going to be like she really came at her own job, and I was like, this chick done crossed the line. But the scenes with Mike was really great, and it showed a softer side to her, a side that was actually tolerable. Yeah, but it was. Jessica says yes. I hate Stella. She still don't like. I mean, me either, Jessica, but it's a far more improvement than um than what we got in the beginning. Especially when she was acting like a damn Karen. Um, when Mac and Felicia was not there making out in the park, and she wanted Nathan to arrest them, calling them heathens and everything like that. I was like, yo, get this chick off the show. I don't know if I was. I don't remember if I was actually doing reviews back then. Um, because I know if I was, oof, I don't know if anyone actually would have liked me. I'm being dead. I don't think anyone would actually like me because I would have. Oof, to sit there and say I would have tore her a new one is an understatement. Yeah, I did hear about that. She played another character, right, Solomon? Gwen says Cameron. Seriously? Hippie is in the chat. What's good, Hippie? Okay, I guess I just missed it. What you liked about it, Hippie? What you liked about the episode? Yeah, yeah, Shawnee, yeah. Patrick is in the chat. What's good, Patrick? How have you been? How is life going with you? How's life going? How's everything going with you in your life? Versus how many are as excited about Trina and Spencer? I know AJ is. I know AJ is. I know AJ is excited about Trina and Spencer. Gwen says yes, Maxie was good too. Day off, okay. Definitely enjoy that day off, Patrick. Because trust me, when it's you actually get a day off. Like I actually have the day off tomorrow. So I'm gonna enjoy the living hell out of it. Solomon says Nina played Kelly was Bill was with Billy and Jack. She left after a year though. Was replaced by Dixie from Mama Church. Oh, okay, nice. Patrick says 45 hours of work this week. That's a lot. That is a lot, Patrick. That's a lot. Let's give this man an applause. That's a lot. Yvette said today gave me good vibes of for Sprina. Nikki says when Willow started coding, I was screaming at the TV. Oh, see, this is why I love doing. This is why I love doing the live streams, and why I love having Akeisha in the chat because Akeisha be having those one-liners where it's just like I really wish you would do soap opera reviews so badly. By the way, Cat Lady also does reviews. Yes, Nikisha is very known in the chat for her legendary one-liners. Um, it brings me immense joy to actually be able to do this, do these live streams and have her in the chat. Exactly, Black Ma. You know how Nikisha is. Yvette says we know. Yvette says we know. Still will stay. Oh, Willow will stay in a coma forever. Hmm. Patrick said, still hanging in there until my new career kicks in. Plus at Twitch, I finally got all 4 gaming consoles. Wait, Patrick, you do Twitch? That's very interesting. I was thinking about doing Twitch. Um, but YouTube is already, it's already too much in a good way. But I don't, unless I quit my day job, which I don't see that happening, then I would. Johnson says Willow survived because her uncle is a. Jonathan, you're killing it. Vest says I was surprised to see Harmony, and I got weird vibes from Austin today. What kind of vibes from Austin? Yeah, I was a little kind of. I was. Here's the thing, Yvette. I was surprised to see Harmony, but then once I saw her, I was like, yeah, this chick ain't dying. I was like, she ain't dying. Hippie says now we'll find out if Stella is Mama or Anna or Aunt or Auntie. Yvette says I'm still wondering who is this woman that Austin keeps referring to. Yeah, this boss lady from like what was it, like last year? Patrick says, not yet. I'm still setting up my room for Twitch along with YouTube for reaction videos. Wait, Patrick, do you actually have a channel though? Because if you have a channel, could you please email me the link? Because I would definitely follow you, Patrick. So definitely do that if you can. Because I know Cat Lady, she got a YouTube channel. She does reviews. Which, by the way, Cat Lady, if you're in the chat, um, instead of calling it GH reviews, just call it General Hospital reviews. I feel like people would find it easier if seriously um if it's called General Hospital than just GH. But yeah, no, if you could, Patrick, if you could, let me know. Email me your YouTube link because I know you probably have a YouTube channel. You just didn't upload any videos yet. Becky D is in the chat. What's good, Becky D? Anna says Willow will survive to tribe needing the same. Exactly. She ain't going nowhere. That chick ain't going nowhere. Solomon says, Albert, do you like Vivian one better? I did like Vivian one better. Solomon, I did like Vivian one. You know, honestly, tell you the truth, I'm not gonna lie. I take that back. I didn't actually even watch the Fresh Prince of Bel Air. I was more of a Martin person, to be honest. Patrick said, I definitely email you the link and search a Google webcam or camera too. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it, Patrick. And you know when you get it up and running, um, I'm gonna sit there and promote you on my channel and tell people about you. AJ said I'm thinking about doing videos about Sabrina on here. AJ, that would be amazing. Yes, AJ, I'm with it. I'm with it. Cat Lady is in the chat. Okay, Cat Lady. Yeah, see, Cat Lady, she has a YouTube channel. And like I said, I was thinking, because I was on your channel yesterday. Um, I was on your channel yesterday, and I saw it said GH review, and I'm like, I think if you put General Hospital review, you know, people will sit there and look for that more. I'm not too sure, Patrick. Just because for a while, like I just use my phone or my tablet. So, but if Patrick, if I'll look up some stuff tomorrow, and if you email me the link, I can sit there and give you some good suggestions. So I'll definitely have no problem doing that. He just said, okay, I will. Can you be on or being my co-host, Anisha? See, that I would love to see. AJ and Nikisha, you know, doing like a soap opera thing. That'd be amazing. Yeah, Cat Lee, because I think I don't know. I just feel like that would be pretty cool. Just put General Hospital review in it because it's funny, Cat Lady. Somebody puts like she does Y&R reviews, right? Like she does the Young and the Restless reviews, but on her description it just says Y&R chat. So I'm just like, well, what is a Y&R chat? Like I know Y&R because I'm a soap opera person, but most people may not. Like a lot of people may not get it. Oh, Tracy, you like new season of Bel Air? Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, I guess because back then I was always watching Martin and stuff like that, so it was just like, mm, you know. Well, I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if I could sit there and watch Martin the same though. You know. Yeah, it was just a thought. Cat lady. I mean, either way, um, I do hope that you do well. And I do like your review so far, Cat lady. I do. And trust me, if I didn't like somebody's reviews, I would. Well, okay, I wouldn't sit there and say I didn't like it, but I wouldn't sit there and promote them either. CW says, Albert, could it be Austin's mother? It would kind of make sense, CW, because Mason is his cousin. Maybe they got some sort of family business going on. You know. Um. I mean, I mean, let's be. I sit there and I look at that sometimes. Cat lady, and I'm just like, I mean, there are some people's channels that I'm not going to sit there and say their names. There are some people's channels I'm just like, eh, I ain't really feeling your channel, you know. But and that's not to be like a dick or anything like that. It's just different folks with different strokes. Patrick says also I think they're foreshadowing Curtis and Portia's breakup. Becky D said family gangster business. Exactly. I that's a very good I forgot who said that. That's a very good theory that somebody said that I just forgot who said that. Oh, CW. You think so, Nikisha? Well, now, yeah. So if if Curtis breaks up with Portia, Curtis breaks up with Portia, who would Curtis be with? Jessica says that would be interesting if it was his mom and she came to PC and battled with Sonny. That would be interesting. Kathleen says I'm starting to think about van life too. I'm thinking of doing it. We mean van life. What does that mean? AJ says I want to invite you to the spring communication or did you already join? All right, I'm gonna do another poll. Oh, I didn't even actually read it yet. Hmm. Would anyone want to see Jordan with Curtis again? I know it's kind of a dumb question, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Hippie says, I'm guessing this stem cell thing is a better treatment. Hmm. Maybe. I mean, um, Nina wasn't a match. You know, it's good. I'm not going to sit there and ask it. I'll ask. I'll ask it. I'll ask you, AJ, if you uh, Jessica says, not right away, but I would like to see them find their way back together. He said Curtis would have to grovel and walk on. The Keisha is no joke. I love it. Anna said I would actually was actually driving one night to a job and you just jumped up on my YouTube. I hope that's a good thing. I'm gonna take that as a good thing, Anna. I'm gonna take that as a good thing. But I mean, yeah, I really appreciate it. Um, you actually like listening to me while you drive and stuff like that. Mel says, I know that Katie is keeping her promise to fight for Bill, fight to bring him back to us, and fight to bring him back to reality. Yeah, he's not going to be in reality for a very long time. Um, oh, Tracy says van life is living in a van. Oh, okay. Hmm. I've heard of that. It's kind of interesting. Becky D says, I think Portia lied to Curtis to keep the pace, the peace, and protect Trina from his interference. Hmm. I get the keeping the peace part. Shauna says, no, Albert, don't. Nobody want Curtis. AJ says, I don't know if I want Curtis with Jordan again, but that would be great. Patrick says, Harmony and the light guiding Willow. I thought she was supposed to be in hell. Oh, damn. I mean, Jessica, it's not like he's wrong. Johnson says, I think Caden became performed as Jennifer this year was. I keep forgetting Jonathan that there's two different people that does play Jennifer. Becky D says Curtis is extra when it comes to defending his family. CW says I was thinking that especially when they made it known that Mason last name was Gatlin, which was his mother's last name, which would make sense. No, I think you might be onto something, CW. Gwen says no, Curtis ain't nobody. Now Nikki says I do miss the original Jordan. She was a strong character. They made Jordan into a boring character. Hmm. I don't, I was going to suggest that I don't remember Jordan being a boring character. I also don't remember her actually being a super exciting character either. So there's that. And it says, yeah, I heard the intro about GH and had been listening ever since something. Sometimes I drive for a while and the live streams is perfect. I'm glad to hear that, Anna. I'm actually honored. I'm not just glad to hear, I'm very honored. Um, I mean, I'm always honored every day, every time I get to come on here and I get by people that I usually see in here, and then I get to see new people like Gwen, and um, I'm always honored, always, always honored. Vet said, I think when this storyline comes out, it will push Trina closer to Spencer because her mother Halo will be off. Yeah, I can see that. AJ said, I would say link Curtis up with Nina, but you'd be defending her, and I don't think Nina and Sunny are going to last because she is fixated on getting back at Carly and Willow. Carly about Willow. That is very true. Here's the thing. Maurice Bernard did want to keep. He did want to sit there and try something new. He wanted to try something different. Um, so I get why he wanted to sit there and have more scenes with Nina and do the whole Nixon Falls thing. Now, Hippie says, I haven't done the real life research. My first love passed away from leukemia. Bone marrow transplant only allowed him to live a year. Oh, wow. I'm really sorry to hear that, Hippie. Now says, I can't wait for Bo and Hope to return soon. Sierra, Megan, and Harris. Yes. Looking forward to that too, man. Nikki said Jordan was undercover in the Jerome family. She was in scenes every other. Oh, okay. Wow. They really gave her some stuff to do. Nikisha. And it says Curtis is boring to me. Maybe when he finds out about Trina, he won't be so boring. Yeah, that's the problem a lot of times. And, a lot of these people have very slow storylines. Sasha and Maxie didn't do anything except for get their nails done. Like, are you kidding me? You sat there and watched these two chicks sit. I mean, granted, they were bonding over grief, but I'm like, what are we doing? Now, Krista says, I want Curtis with Nina or Sam. I would sit there and say Sam. I do like the relationship the friendship between between Curtis and Nina, you know? Johnson says, what if Lee Shane gets revenge on the Demerits by getting a job at Titan? That'll be interesting. It's been a while since we actually saw the Titan set. Patrick says Jordan's not my favorite. To be honest, always believed that she was the worst PC. Surprised that she's not already fired from the force. Damn. And it says sometimes I catch Brock TV after your live streams. Hmm. I want to thank you again for watching. Yvette says I like Sam and Dante. Krista says if Hayden came back, Curtis and Hayden would be amazing. What was I going to sit there and say? Oh, yeah, Anna. That'd be interesting if Brock TV did a live stream. Like if he did like live streams and stuff like that. Because I know he does like reviews and stuff, but like live streams is definitely a different sort of beast. So it'd be interesting. Like if he did his own live stream one day, and he did it like maybe 2 years ago. AJ said he had every right to. What's good, Cheyenne? How's everything going? How's the YouTube channel going? Johnson says I miss Sam with Jason. Yeah, Jonathan, because they they pretty much gave Sam stuff to do. Patrick said already shopping inside of Costco. I don't think I've ever actually been to Costco before. AJ said I would love for Brock to do one. Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting. Um, did see him do a live stream. AJ said, "I love Sam with Lucky." Greg Vaughn. AJ said, "I used to love Sam with Jason, but not anymore." So annoying. Um, Yvette said, "I think the whole thing with GH getting rid of Kelly's boyfriend to bring back Steve did her in." Hmm. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, that was kind of as here's the thing, as much as I love Jason and Steve, I think it was kind of foul to have him come back and just kind of kick the other dude, like to the curb. And it says Brock TV and you are completely different formulas to me, but similar as well. Hmm. Well, Anna, I know you're driving right now, but I'm very curious about how we're different and how we're similar. How me and Brock TV are different but similar at the same time. What's going on, Monique? Monique, there is no reason to be sorry. Every time that you're here, I'm very blessed to have you. So thank you for joining whenever you have the time. Nikki said I was done with Sam and Jason when he couldn't accept her being pregnant with Franco's baby. Oh, wow. Yeah, that would kind of put the whole kibosh on that whole thing. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't know that. AJ said, yeah, he did, but Nino is still got. Now Mel said, knock at the cabin is in theaters February 6th. Looks good. I gotta look that up. I gotta look up the trailer. Um, I gotta look for the trailer of that. Oof. Yeah, I'm not touching that. I am not touching that. Mm-mm-mm. No, 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 no. Yeah, going John McBain was I rock with John McBain. I did. Um, I didn't really watch him that much except when he came on General Hospital. But I did like him now, from what I've seen. He did definitely seem like a badass. I'm not gonna lie. Krista says I was never J Sam. Sam never knew who she was. Hmm. Shauna says so when told Sonny I hate Carly. Hmm. Nikki says it seemed like he was always that way, but social media and technology lets us see these actors' personalities in real life. That's very true. That's very true. Now Jessica says Jason made Sam interesting. She's boring. Now that's very true, Jessica. Mel says I don't think Will should come home, seeing this dangerous situation. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I don't understand how they try to make that work with the actor constantly leaving and them being in a marriage. Like it just seems so dumb. To be honest, it seems really dumb. Yeah, Gwen. Like I say, he seemed like he was a badass. Monique says Sam didn't give Jason enough time to process the situation. She always expects Jason to have an answer right away. He wasn't going to tell her, "Yeah, I can raise Franco's baby." Tracy says, "I drive a lot as well. I listen to you most of the time when I'm driving." Thank you, Tracy. That is amazing. That is amazing. Thank you so much. Patrick says, "Anyone ready for Valentine's Day?" I'm ready to sit there and pick out what kind of alcohol I'm going to be sitting there drinking that night. It says it is on a Tuesday. If I'm actually off on Wednesday, I can just kind of sleep in. And I don't think I would actually like myself if I did like a drunk live stream. There'll be things that I'll probably say that I just couldn't take back. Yeah, no, that's a bad that's a bad idea. That's a real bad idea. Tracy says, okay. Thank you for saying that, Tracy. Thank you. You and Anna, thank you. Nikki said, considering Jason was the reason Franco targeted Sam. Jason said, oof, okay, I'm not getting into that one. I'm not getting into that one. I'm just like, all right. Um, Monique says, how upset would y'all be and y'all love one White Castle on that? Okay, now Monique says, how upset would y'all be and y'all loved ones to y'all to White Castle? Oh, so Monique, you're saying like, how upset would you be if your loved one took you to White Castles for Valentine's Day? Hmm. I think it will probably. I think it will probably depends on a lot of. What's your man? What's your man's situation? What's your man's money situation? You know. I mean, at the end of the day, I want to sit there and be a hopeless romantic and be like, hey, listen, as long as you're enjoying each other's company, that's all that matters. It doesn't matter if it is White Castles, if it is Red Lobsters, or whatever fancy restaurant that he takes you to. But that's just me being a hopeless romantic. Cheyenne says Peruvian food tastes great. I never had that before. And I'm not really adventurous when it comes towards food, or pretty much most things. Hippie says Sam needs more cases. She's a detective. She wasn't figuring out what. Yeah, she just totally dropped the ball on that one. Mel says, well, on Valentine's Day, going to get drunk and be somebody on my Mike's Hard Lemonade. Oh, okay. I forgot they usually do the trick. Maybe I'll get those. Ugh, I feel like that's a bad idea. Just because it's held no to White Castle on Valentine's Day. Is it because it's White Castle or is it just because it's Valentine's Day? I'm very curious about that, Jessica. Inquiring minds want to know. And by inquiring, I mean me. Um, he says I meant to say hasn't. She says, or you can have a soap opera Valentine's party with us. I feel like that. Well, I mean, I'm going to be spent there doing a live stream, so yes. Yeah, Tracy, because I do soap opera reviews Monday through Friday, so that's definitely gonna happen, Tracy. I mean, it's not okay. Wow, it's not a question. Oh, what's good, Damon? It's not a question if I'm going to do a Valentine's Day party with y'all. I'm going to do it with y'all. It's more of a question of am I actually going to sit there and get drunk that night? That's the question. Now, Jessica says both. LOL. Hmm. Very interesting. I mean, I guess. Uh, To each his own. I would sit there and say that much. AJ says Brock is brutal sometimes, but he's funny as hell. Oh, hold on. Seriously? What's good, Damon? Let me try this again. Nikki says Albert doesn't like couples. Yeah, I'm not really a huge couple fan, but I'll sit there and talk about the soaps though. So we'll definitely talk about the soaps. And thank you for knowing me so well, Nikisha. And it says I'll probably have to work on Valentine's Day as well. It's a trigger day for many people. Hence the thinking about getting some Mike's lemonade. Damon says Valentine's Day will be real emotional on GH. Hey, Albert. I mean, I expected what it should be. Monique says, I guess it depends on how long y'all been dating. If y'all been together for 5+ years, then it will be It'll be upsetting. Y'all took me to White Castles. I'm at least worth a stint. Tracy says Valentine's Day can Valentine's Day can be celebrated. I keep saying Valentine for some odd damn reason. Let's try this again. Tracy says Valentine's Day can be celebrated with someone or without someone. That's very true. Yeah, I'm looking forward to those movies. Mel. Krista says the writers have stated that what they write doesn't always end up being what airs. Hmm. Yeah, I really feel like I'm gonna sit there and get some Mike's Hard Lemonade. Patrick said just a double date with the treadmill and ways Valentine's Day. Hey, listen, whatever you want to do on Valentine's Day that makes you happy, I ain't knocking it. Cat lady says spending the day with my cats. Well, her cats are very cute, so I can understand that. AJ says screw Valentine's Day. Monique says now that Stella knows the truth, y'all think she's going to tell Curtis and Trina or keep the secret. Monique, if nothing else for plot point. Someone says, wow, y'all still on. I'm surprised. Yeah, yeah, me too. Thank you, Becky D. Thank you. Yeah, we got 40 people in the chat. We got 26 likes. That really does actually help me out, and it gets more people on here. Like Gwen, we had Gloria on earlier. So yeah, it does really help out. Now AJ says I just got a relationship, so I'm not in the mood for Valentine's Day. Plus, I'm going to be because I work at the florist. Oh, hmm. Yeah, I get it. Shauna says, okay, you're going to give in to bills so he won't be with you. They better work fast. Tracy says, I went on a Tracy says, I went on the Valentine's cruise once. It was so much fun. It was on the balcony. Nice. And thank you, Becky D. Yeah, no, the like button definitely does help. Um, Hippie says, oh, Anna says Jack Daniel Peach. Jack Daniels have been known to get me in trouble. So I kind of kind of stay away from Jack Daniels. But Mike's Lemonade is kind of my speed. Um, or wine. Solomon says, well, that's such okay. Okay, I'm pretty sure I missed something. Someone says, oh damn, my bad. AJ says, do you have Twitter? Are you talking to me or are you talking to somebody else, AJ? Because I have Twitter, but I think you might be talking about somebody else. Tracy says, I'm going to cook some kind of seafood and watch Valentine's Day's classic love movies. You know, Tracy, I'm going to sit there and watch on Valentine's Day if I actually do get a chance. Some horror movies. That's what I'm going to watch. I'm going to watch some horror movies. Oh, okay. Just checking, AJ. Just checking. And it says JDP is like mice. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. you bring up Jack Daniels. I'm like, Jack has been known to get me in trouble. Hippie says, I like Albert and DC, but you're my favorite. Thank you, Hippie. Wow, thank you so much. Thank you for saying that. And, everyone in chat knows that DC is my guy and Brock TV is my guy. He inspired me to do my own YouTube channel, my own soap opera channel. So thank you for saying that, Hippie. I appreciate that. It just says, watching my bloody Oh, nice. I think I saw that movie a long time ago, so I gotta watch that movie again. Mel says we got a lot in common. We do, Mel. We do. which is why you one of my, which is of course why you're one of my favorites. AJ says, speaking of Twitter, I just found you, Albert. I think I found you. I think I found you on there. Okay. Yeah, I think my Twitter is Zero at Bostic or Zero Bostic, and it says watch the Hulk strike on Oh wow, that'd be interesting. No, you. I love when I'm trying to sit there and see something. Um. Oh yes. At Bostic Zero. Yeah, that's what it is. It's at Bostic Zero. Polly Beats. Shout outs to you, Albert. Shout outs to you back. I'm gonna call you Beats. I don't know what that says. Podcast dot Beats. How you doing tonight, Beats? And thank you for coming on the live. Tracy says horror movies freak me out. Because I'm an '80s kid, and I pretty much kind of grew up on horror movies. Um, Here's the thing: horror movies don't freak me out, but certain horror genres freak me out. Anything that deals with exorcisms, those freak me out. Those will freak me out. Um, I'll still watch them, but they definitely freak me out. Yeah, no, AJ, I gotta post some more stuff on there. Well, AJ, I used to post a lot on there, but it was a lot of adult stuff that I wound up taking off. So I'm gonna be posting some other stuff on there soon. You're right, AJ. I do gotta post stuff on there. Thank you, Potts. I'm sorry I couldn't pronounce your name. Thank you for joining. Jessica says, Exorcist or demon ghost movies are so lame to me. Oh, okay, badass. No, but I mean, well, here's the thing, Jessica. Ghost movies don't scare me, but um, Exorcist movies do scare me. Oh, you are a badass, Jessica. Polly.beats. Oh, Polly.beats. Okay, nice. Pollock.beats. I make beats and I'm a female, but I tune it. Well, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I will, if you gotta, I'm gonna follow you. P. I'm gonna follow you. I want to sit there and write it down just so I didn't forget. Um, Solomon, I am 39 years old, and AJ, you, yeah, I do. Um, like the pattern. Okay. No, I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna follow your channel. But yeah, Solomon, yeah, I'm 39, and AJ, yeah, adult stuff. Lots and lots and lots and lots of adult stuff. AJ, it's funny because when DC was following me, I had a lot of that stuff up there, and I was like, DC, just to let you know, I put up a lot of stuff, a lot of not safe for work stuff, and DC was like, no, that's cool. I was like, all right. um, but I feel like I need to get a separate um. Oh, okay. All right, I'll follow you on there then. Yeah, I got Instagram, so I'll follow you on there then. No, I was born Solomon. I was born in 1983. I just want to go back. I want to make sure. You're older than me. I was born 1985. Okay. Um. No, so I know you're not. I know you're not Solomon. Um. Pollock dot beats. Yeah, yeah. I guess I am like a year older than you. Hippie says, "Does Peacock has customer service?" Um. The time I had a blank screen. What? They might. I'll check it out. If they do, I'll post the I'll post a number on there. It does kind of glitch for me as well. Have a good night, Shauna. Thank you for joining. Oh, Pollock dot beats August 22nd. I am a Leo. Well, Leo slash Virgo. A Leo slash Virgo. Um, no, that sucks, hippie. Because sometimes mine glitches out as well. Like it do this little whole thing, like a little at the edge of the screen. I'm just like, I don't want to like that. AJ said I'm a '90s baby. I love '90s music. I love '90s music. I love '90s. Oh, all kinds. Krista says you drove just babies. 1991. Okay. Damon says yeah. Okay. Oh, Jessica, you're also a '90s baby as well. Yeah, but you know what, Jessica? I think with the Exorcist movies, it's just that like I feel like those are real. Like I mean, granted, the ghost movies, hmm, depending on what you believe in, those are real too. But something about that just, Krista, 1976. Oh, okay. Oh, you're young as well, Krista. You don't look at hippie. You don't look at Becky D says even with the twist, the hope thing has gone on and on and on. Solomon says I was born 1979. Okay. Solomon says I got a nephew born in the 90s. Krista says I'm 46. Oh, that's young, Krista. That is young. Jessica says for me, it just comes with as goofy, especially in the movies like The Conjuring. Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, Jessica. I can see. Damon says 74. You mean like when you were born? Yeah, no, but Jessica, yeah, no, the Conjuring, I can see that. But I'm talking about like any sort of Exorcist movies. Like I just, ugh. Don't get me wrong, I love them. I love being scared, but at the same time, well, it still scares me. Oh, okay. Polly Duck Beats. No, you're young. You're young. Um, Krista Young, 46. Your cat lady is still young. Jessica says I'm in my 20s. Yeah, no, you're. I don't know if to say you're a baby, but like you are pretty young. Hippie says, yeah, I agree with you, Albert. You still got it hippie look like Ginger from going. Yeah, exactly. I'm like hippie pretty much found like the fountain of youth. Someone says my mom was born in 43, so she's older than all of us. Jessica says, LOL, baby. Exactly, Jessica. That's why when I sit there and talk about like, you know, posting adult stuff. I'm like, I gotta sit there and practically watch my language around you, Jessica. Which, by the way, I feel like I have to get another Twitter account because I will have to be posting that stuff again. But I want people to sit there and follow me. I want certain people to follow me on my regular Twitter, but I want other people to follow me on my not for safe work Twitter. So that's going to be fun to sit there and get another Twitter. Johnson says I can see John Roman and Steve visiting the prison and ganging up on Orpheus. Yeah, but it's one of those things. Though, Jonathan, it's like death is just too easy. It's just too much of a quick thing. Orpheus deserves to suffer. Krista says my youngest will be 11 this year, and he be. Oh, nice. Okay, Krista. Anna says I'm older than all of you. Mel says I love Gothic, Ghost Ship, and 13 Ghosts. Gothic, Gothic though. No, I don't remember watching Gothic, the movie with Holly Berry, but Ghost Ship I remember, and 13 Ghosts I remember. That's with Shannon and Elizabeth. We all know about Shannon and Elizabeth. No, I don't have kids, Solomon. Nope, 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 nope. Becky D says Albert is grown. Yeah, you need a second account for sure. Oh yeah, yeah. It is very true, Becky D. Very says oops, and most of us are grown on it. Solomon says, oh, I got the impression that you had. AJ said, oh well, we're in the same age group. I thought you were in your 20s. Hippie says, I love 70s music the best. I listen to okay. And it says Pet Cemetery. Oof. You know, it's a good movie. It's a good movie. I think the only movie that actually ever freaked me out of Stephen King's was The Langoliers. As a kid, the Langoliers movie actually freaked me out. Um, Krista says my kids are 11, 13, and 15. My daughter is 15. Wow. Someone says, I don't know why, but it seems like every woman I know that is in their mid 40s had their first kid at 13 or something. Is weird to me. Hey, things happen. Cheyenne says Bostic is 40. Practically. Polly says, I'm gonna call you Polly because I'm not gonna sit there and say the whole thing. 80s soft rock is my favorite ever. Becky D says Langoliers. No, Becky, I love the Langoliers. I love the Langoliers movie. I mean, granted, it's like 4 hours, but once you get past the 4 hours, the Langoliers movie is one of those movies that you just gotta sit there and like watch when you're, you know, in bed or something. You know, like that you're not really doing too much of anything else. You got to be like really bored, and I mean like really bored. Simon says, "LOL, Albert, you never wanted to settle down with women are your dream and have kids with her." Um, no, well, that's not true. Let's just say that things just didn't work out with certain people. They did not work out with certain people because I was a much different person back then. So yeah, I blame that on myself. Jessica says, "What other Stephen King movies have you seen?" Langoliers, Pet Cemetery. What's that movie with Jack Nicholson and him just going nuts? Yeah, no, Black Man. I don't know. It was something about like when I look at it now, it is kind of goofy, isn't it? They're watching those things mess up like the terminal and the plane station. The Shining, yes, yes, The Shining. Oh, what's that other movie with the monster trucks and they're coming alive? Like the trucks and the cars are trying to kill people. What's the name of that movie? Pollock dot, like the dot pattern. Pollock. I'm very bad with names, and it seems like I'm very bad with reading also. Um, I will get your name, and then probably by the time I do, yeah, I remember Killer. Have a good night, Krista. Thank you for joining. Overdrive. Thank you, Anna. Yes, that's another movie that I saw that I do like. Killer Clowns. I think that movie actually came on YouTube at some point. Well, thank you for being here, Krista. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Oof. I'm not gonna lie, Jessica. Carrie's the one movie that I just couldn't watch, and it's not because it scares me. I just don't like the bullying in it. You know, like that. Just ugh. No, Solomon. No. I just don't like the bullying in it. Like that's just yeah, Tracy. I feel like when I like really sound it out, I'll probably get it, but yeah, no, I can't do any Carrie movies. Like any movies that deals with like bullying, just like irritates the living life out of me. Becky D says exactly, Tracy, and the text is moving. I think when I actually do sit down and just like really kind of polka dots. Oh Jesus Christ. Oh my God. Polka dots. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. I cannot believe I did not read that. I do like that name though. Polka dots. Polka dots. I'm gonna kick myself for that later on. Oh my God. that's so that's not funny. That's not funny. Hippie said I had my first kid when I was 18. And I was divorced at 18. Oh wow. Not all the Shining was creepy, but do love Doctor Sleep. No, I do like that name Polka dots. I actually really do like that name. It's actually pretty cool. Have a good night, CW. Thank you for joining. I can't believe it's actually been 2 hours. Like, I mean, granted, I did sit there and say yesterday that I was going to do 2 hours. But where is my bar? Oof, okay. We're kind of getting there. Um, Patrick says, honestly, can't wait for the Super Mario film. Thank you, Becky D. Yes, we got 41 people in the chat. We got 29 likes. If you are, if you do like the stream, it definitely does help. It I don't remember seeing that whole movie though. It really does help. I mean, I got people like Polka Dots in my chat right now. That I would definitely be following on Instagram tonight. Jesus Christ, I cannot believe I actually. Tracy said, yeah, it's been over and a half. Yeah. Um, because usually after a while, I don't know what happened yesterday, but like I was at like an hour and 40 something minutes, an hour and whatever, and then my battery is at like 19%. But I also had to wake up super early in the morning, so that really didn't help. I'm Yeah, I'm gonna be sitting up there just laughing at myself for that one for a hot minute. Polka dots, and it's funny too because he was like the pattern. I was like the pattern. Yep, nope, I still don't get it. I'm gonna go back and watch this live and be like, wow, really, bro? Thank you, Tracy, for being here. It was a pleasure as always to see you. Thank you so much. I hope you have a great night, and I look forward to seeing you in again. I'll look forward to seeing you again. Becky D says Pennywise was pretty creepy. Now, are we okay? Now, Becky D, are we talking about the new It? Or are we talking about the one with Tim Curry, the old school one? Anna says I got my destination. I got to my destination about 10 minutes ago and have been listening in the hotel car park. Oh wow! Always check your surroundings. Always, always, always check your surroundings. But thank you so much. Says I love watching with. Oh, okay. Solomon says, well, at Medea, Halloween was one scary tale. Cheyenne says, personally, would never want kids, though wouldn't mind adopting. Yeah, thank you, Tracy. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I hope I see you sometime this week. If I don't see you tomorrow, hope I see you sometime this week because it's always a pleasure to sit there and see you in the chat. AJ said the one Tim Curry. Oh, okay. Because I forgot that there's a new one too. Oh, yeah, the old school one. Okay, Anna. AJ says the new one was good too. Becky D says I like the old one, but the new one was pretty intense too. I forget. I totally forgot about that now. Children of the Corn. I don't remember watching that whole movie though. No, wasn't there a Children of the Corn? There was one movie. There was one version where I guess the husband or the boyfriend was white and the girl was African American. And I just remember those two. Just I remember specifically her. She got on my nerves so much that I don't even think I actually want to finish and watching the movie. Um, yeah, Becky G. Yeah, of course he is not. Is he still alive, Tim Curry? I know it's kind of a dumb question, but is he still alive? There's certain people always sit there and ask if they're still alive, like him and Morgan Freeman. Oh, okay, that's the third one. Okay, yeah. I just remember that chick just being on. She just got on my nerves so bad. I was like, "Yo, when is she gonna die?" Like that shit was like, "Yo, when is this chick gonna die?" But yeah, he is an icon. AJ says, but the new one was sticking to the book more. Hmm. Not in the best help. Okay, that sucks. I mean, Jonathan. I know he's definitely getting up there in age. So someone says, "Who needs clothes when you can steal from the studio wardrobe?" Becky says, "I loved him in the Rocky Horror Picture Show." Gwen says the Burge case scared me so bad I can't remember the actress name right now, but she played in Speed. Sandra Bullock. Sandra Bullock. I don't know why that name came to me like that. It came to me like that. Um, You know, a movie I was actually thinking about watching again. Of course, Glenn, Demolition Man. Demolition Man. I kind of want to watch again. Like, of course, I would need like a day where I'm just like I'm resting and then I'm in the bed and everything like that. But like, oh, okay, so I mean, okay. But I want to watch Demolition Man. I feel like that movie. Like, it came out in the '90s, but that movie, like, it not only does it still hold up today, but there's so many things about that movie that predicted the way things is now. Yeah, Glenn, yeah, Polka Dot. That was my movie back then. That was my movie back then. And I remember, looking back at it now, Wesley Snipes, he's a real life martial artist. And they told him he actually had to slow down a lot of the action scenes with him. So this way, the camera can kind of pick it up more clear. I always kind of hoped that they would do another Demolition Man. Partly feel like they would do another Demolition Man. It also felt like, if they did it, would they just make it all woke and, it's like Back to the Future. It's like that movie just holds up so well even now. But like, I can't imagine if they decide to do like a remake of Back to the Future. Polka Dot said usually set the tone with that. Yeah, they did. They definitely did Polka Dot. They definitely did. Um, oof. It is actually getting pretty late though. And I do want to kind of get up at some point. I'm surprised. I don't know what was happening yesterday. Monique says, anybody watch Tuscany King? I heard that's a good show, Monique. I heard that's a good show. I wish I had time to watch it. I haven't played video games in like 2 weeks. Like literally, I have not played video games in 2 weeks. Now, Hippie said, back in the day, I had a lot of fun. 2 kids. I lost my first. That's love. I don't date anymore. I think I lost my mojo. Mm. You lived through a lot, Hippie. You lived through a lot. And I always admire people that really go through a lot of stuff in life that can keep pressing forward. Have a good night, Gwen. Thank you for joining. Monique says, Christian the possessed. Oh, Christine the possessed car. Oh my God. I don't think I watched that movie in years. And I think I actually watched that through this guy called Nostalgia Critic. I think so. Exactly, Becky D. Exactly. Very true. Very true. Becky D. Polka Dot says I tuned in extra late. Had a long ass day, but I had to turn in and shows love. Have a great night and follow the dots. Of course, Polka Dot. I definitely will. Definitely will. I'm gonna follow you. I'm gonna follow you after this live stream. Polka Dot Beats. Um, Mel says I can't believe Harrison Ford is doing that. I'm surprised too. I am surprised too, especially since he wanted to leave Star Wars so damn bad. If he says any movie on serious requests, and it says no more children and married to my job. Hmm, okay. I would ask you what your job is, but I don't want to sit there and put that out there if you're not comfortable. You know. Um, but yeah, I think I'm gonna sit there and end the stream tonight because it is getting kind of late, and I do want to wake up somewhat early and try to at least do a Days of Our Lives review because I haven't done those in a hot minute. Thank you, Becky D. Thank you for joining. This was so much fun. Um, Gwen, Have a great night, and thank you for joining. I said big Gwen. Thank you, Didi. Have a great night. Thank you. Well, thank you for watching. I appreciate that. I always really appreciate people watching. And I appreciate seeing you in a live stream too, Didi. Didi Sydney. So yes, thank you, Didi. And you have a great night. Lakeisha, all my members, Jonathan. Johnson says, see you all next time for another edition of Soap Chat and More. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jonathan. I'm going to sit there and use that as my outro. Even though I'm pretty sure DC already uses that. Thank you, Blackmont. Thank you for joining. Well, Hippie, I appreciate you being in. I appreciate you being part of the live stream. Thank you. Have a good night, Jonathan. Likewise, Blackmont. Likewise, it's always a blessing to see you. Anna, you have a great night. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. This was so much fun. Yes, Mel. Of course, Mel. Of course. Like I said, you're one of my favorites, so you know I'm gonna sit there and show some love. So, um, I got to do that. Thank you, Hippie. It's we always sit there and talk about the soaps and stuff like that. So it's nice to sit there and share a little bit of myself. I never really I've never really considered like making myself part of the content, but it's nice to do every now and then. So I plan on doing that a little bit more. Yes, plan on doing that a little bit more. So thank you, Hippie. Thank you for allowing me to feel comfortable to share. And thank you, Patrick. You have a great night. It was great seeing you. It was really good seeing you tonight. It's always good to see you in the comment section. It's always great to see you in the lives. So it's a blessing. And it says hopefully catch you on recap a live stream tomorrow. Gonna check into a hotel tonight. All right, Anna. You have a great night. Have a great, safe night. I'll be blessed either way if you are in the chat. Of course, I get to sit there and talk to you. But if you catch the recap, that's a blessing as well. All right, everyone, stay safe. And yeah, I will see everyone tomorrow in the next live stream. I don't know what I'm doing with my hands. I have no idea what I'm doing with my hands. But I will catch everyone in the next live stream. Um, if you're not a member, you want to join to be a member, is $4.99. Gives you a lot of extra perks. Live stream for members only. We have a lot of fun. Member shout outs and exclusive videos. I know I'm practically being a corporate show. Um, I want to kind of push it a little bit more this week because I really wasn't pushing it last week at all. Not really. So I gotta see what happens. I'll try not to do it to a point where it gets obnoxious. So I'll say that much. Anyway, stay safe, everyone, and I will see you in the next live stream.